In this tutorial, we'll show you how to configure the testing parameters of the ATE laser diode test system for batch laser diode testing and laser diode reliability. You'll learn how to set up sample selection, read intervals, test durations, and laser diode currents while ensuring safety limits and ACC mode are correctly configured. By the end, you'll confidently perform and monitor reliability tests with our laser diode tester, designed for precision in laser diode performance analysis and laser diode burn-in tests. To run any tests or make configurations, you're going to log on by clicking the login button located at the top right corner. The username is super, and the password can be found in the manual. By default, the configuration screen is always displayed first. Now we are in the configuration mode. This is where you will select the number of testing samples. Like in this case here, we have 16. Then we pick the read interval, in our case, every 1 hour. And the test runtime, in this case, we set it to 8,000 hours. Obviously, you can choose any number you need. In this test application, a low temperature and a high limit temperature is not applicable, but as a default, these are the values shown. 0 for low limit and 100 degrees for high limit. Now, once we have this, we go to the right-hand side and we will set the parameters. For example, if we want to run the laser diodes at 20 milliamps, we are going to select ITH for 10 milliamps. And bias current an additional 10 milliamps. What is very important is when you select 10, you have to click the button All. It will apply the setting to all 16 test samples. Otherwise, it may have some other numbers. The same applies to bias current. You select 10, click All, and now you have a maximum of 20 milliamps. As a safety, we have a maximum current limit. You can type in 21 milliamps. If for any reason something happens abnormal, the system won't go higher than 21 milliamps. What we have here are random fail settings. Right now, they're all set to default, but you can have the ACP mode such as IOP operating current set to 100% and it will recognize it as a random fail. And in the ACC mode, if the monitor current drops by 100%, then you have a trigger point for this. For VFRF, short forward voltage for your laser diodes, we have it set at 0.1 and the no component forward voltage is set to 4 volts. These values can be changed depending on the laser diode you have. And in our case here, ACC wear out is set to off. You can turn it on later on, but it is specifically designed for a special application such as the Telcordia test standard. Here is a section regarding reliability calculations. However, this module is specifically for Telcordia laser testing applications for telecommunication where you know your activation energy values. If you do have the energy activation values, then you can set the stress test temperature at 70 degrees and the normal operating temperature at 40 degrees. If there are any wear-out failures or anything to do with the failure of the laser components, the system will calculate your reliability. But, as mentioned earlier, it is specifically for Telcordia test requirements. Now, on the left-hand side, we have options, and in this case, we are using the mode called ACC, Automatic Constant Current Enable. This is the default mode, so when you have this button on, the reliability testing can start. When you click the button Reliability Test in the bottom left corner, you will see the reliability testing screen. So once we click the Power On button and then click the button Test Start, you will see that the system will start the test mode. It is very important that we are in auto mode. So once again, we go to Reliability Test screen, press the button Test Start. You can see that the system is performing the test to measure the output current from the photodetector at a certain current. In this case, 20 milliamps. I will stop it here. I will go back to the config mode. And again, I will review this section. In order to set the new values for the test currents, you need to go to manual mode. As you can see, the button turned yellow for manual mode. And then you go to ITH milliamp current component and you select value and press the button all. The same applies to the setting bias current milliamps, 10 milliamps in this case, and press the button all. And then you read that operating current will be 20 milliamps. So this completes the overview of the laser diode testing configuration setup page and ACC test mode configuration. Visit us at www.electrontest.com and learn more about our automated test equipment for batch laser diode testing for burn-in and reliability.